Last night, the Thunder won their 8th consecutive game and their 61st of the season, defeating the Grizzlies 125-104. SJ scored 37 points after missing 7 games due to a hip injury. All-star guard Jalen Williams returned to the Thunder and scored 20. The Rockets currently hold the 2 seed out west, but are just 2 games ahead of the Nuggets for that spot. Meanwhile, in the East, the Cavs, Celtics, and Knicks are the 3 teams who have clinched playoff spots so far. All right, S.A., what is the easier, hey, Perk, and Monica, what is the easier?
I'm not answering this question first. I want to hear from Monica and Kendrick. I'm going to wait for this one.
Okay.
All right, I got to be in the East because it's 2 teams waiting to run into each other, which will be a battle of the Titans in probably Boston and Cleveland. I just think that they've shown that they are a class above all season long. In the West, to me, I mean, I guess you could say OKC's also been a class ahead, and it'll be easy for them. But other than that, it's too much variation in the West. I think the West is going to be significantly more of a challenge than it is on the Eastern Conference side.
Well, guess what? Since Molly, since you bend the rules today and you allow Monica to straddle the fence earlier today,
no.
I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do the same, and I'm going to say this. It's going to be hard in both conferences.
No.
It's not going to be a cakewalk.
No, this is called first take, not
going to be a cakewalk.
Plural with an S.
It's not going to be a cakewalk. It's not going to be a cakewalk in the West. It's going to come down. Those matchups are going to be fun. It's not going to be a cakewalk in the Eastern Conference. I'm looking at the way the Indiana Pacers has been balling out right now. I'm looking at the Detroit Pistons. They're not going to be an easy out. And look, I believe that Dame Dollar,
You're right. I'm listening. You got a co-sign. Keep going.
I believe that Dame Dollar is going to return, right? They say they're optimistic he's going to return at some point this season. He's going to return. Giannis and him are going to be underdogs in series. I believe this, though. I believe that this is going to be one of the best playoffs that we've seen in the last 5 years from start to finish.
Perfect. So you just made a really strong case for the East. So clearly you think the East is going to be the more difficult path. I'm going to take that as your answer.
No, Molly. I was just.
Well, you talked about the East the whole time.
Because,
so you answered the question.
Yeah, but because I had to. Whatever. Go to Steve.
All right, stop trying to play by my rules on a Friday. You get different rules when you in the studio.
I'm not about to deal with this. Go ahead, Stephen A.
Don't eat some pretzels. Stephen A.
Before, thank you very much, Molly. Before I get into what my answer to this question is, I want to go back to Kawhi Leonard with one nugget for both of you. Kawhi Leonard has missed 15 of the Clippers' last 19 playoff games due to injury. I just want to let that know. I just want to let y'all know that. Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. Since you gotta let us know that. Hold on. Do I want to step into this? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What if he plays this year? What if he's available this year?
Then the Clippers got a chance. Like Perk and you said, I'm going to give him a chance. I just don't believe he's going to be available. I think he's going to let me down. I think the minute we get excited, I'm telling you right now, Kawhi Leonard going to show up in the playoffs and drop 41 game. He's going to leave with all of us looking perfectly fine. And Tyler going to get a call tomorrow. He can't go. That's what I believe is going to happen. We don't even know why. That's how I believe it. I hope I'm wrong, but that's what I believe. That's how disgusted I am with these perpetual injuries that he's had. Now let me get back to the answer to this question. Easier pass, west to the east. Are y'all ready for this, Big Perk? Eminem? Answer to this question is the West.
Yeah.
Answer this question is the West. With all of that parity, because remember, with all of that parity you pointing to, none of them touches Boston. That's why I keep saying, in the East, it don't matter where you go. Boston is a definitive concrete roadblock. They are the wall. You understand what I'm saying? Believe it or not, I'm ashamed to admit this. I'm late to the party. I just literally started watching Game of Thrones recently. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm binge watching Game of Thrones. I never watched it in the past. You understand what I'm saying? And those night walkers and stuff like that, the guardians of the gate and stuff like that, big ass wall. That's the Boston Celtics. Okay? You got to go through hell to get through them. I believe that Boston, I think OKC is the only team that can compete with Boston.
Stephen A,
compete with
when
Boston
I
in the
was
West.
watching-
In the West. In the
Hold on.
East, Cleveland. Cleveland's the only chance that
okay.
the only team that has a chance.
We're a hot mess today. This whole debate's a hot mess.
Friday.
But when I was watching Game of Thrones, I was living in downtown LA and working at NFL Network, and I was in my 20s. Like, what?
Right.
Like, you're going to do Game of Thrones references now? Get up to speed, kid.
That must be just a few years ago because, damn it, I mean, it ain't been out that long. But secondly, and most importantly, Molly, I'm a dude that, you know, is working 325
Yeah, so how do you have
days a year.
time
I'm
to
traveling over
watch
20
Game of
times a year.
Thrones? You should be watching college
Because I got it
basketball.
on my iPad and I travel with it and I watch it.
Okay,
I've been watching while I'm traveling.
okay.
I'd like to circle.
Watch some games.
I'd like
Go
to
ahead.
circle back on the basketball of it all.
Yeah.
I always watch
You
games every
basically
day, every
just
night.
said, S.A. I mean, I know you got Boston. You do not think OKC presents the same challenge in the West that Boston does in the East.
I'm saying to you that if you're looking at it from a parity perspective, I get where you're coming from. I'm just saying to you, when we talk about a roadblock, you got folks saying OKC could be had. Ain't nobody saying that about Boston. I'm the only one that brings up Cleveland when I talk about, they could be a threat, and then they nosedive and lost 4 straight before winning games recently. The point that I'm trying to make to you is Boston. I watched Boston go into Phoenix the other night without Jason Tatum, and we're blowing them out by 30.
Yeah.
Busting there, you living, you know what. This is Boston we're talking about here. They on another level. So I'm just saying when you look at the East, I'm looking at the Boston Celtics. It don't matter what anybody does. You got to go through them brothers. And they letting you know you're not getting through. We don't know that about OKC yet. That's why I answered the West to this question.
All right, Perk.
Them non-believers gonna find out soon about OKC.
I was about to say, I believe that about OKC, but okay.
Yeah. Perk, this segment's not going on our Emmy reel, and I blame you, okay? So don't be picking up bad habits, all right? Coming up,
You'll be all right.
more Joe Fortenbaugh on the way. Does he like...
Ngồi ở đây vợ.
Để mình thích thì đi.
Hello, mọi người vào. Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn tô tượng. Tượng hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là Nobita. Các bạn hôm nay tượng của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là Shizuka. Bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu tô nha. Đuôi một tí nha. Đây chưa? Tiếp đến màu cam.
Chị.
Đây nè. Chú này ôi. Riêng